When you think Attitude Era, you think Stone Cold.
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making his way to the ring from Victoria, Texas, weighing in at 252
Hey, Stone Cold Steve Austin does what he wants, when he wants, and guys, it's paid off for him. I'd be making sure I didn't get on the bad side of Stone Cold. Man, he don't look too happy right now.
I talked to Stone Cold backstage earlier today. He despises you, Saxton.
Is that true?
You know what, why don't you guys call this one? I'm going to go back and throw some Steve Weisers on ice so that when Austin's done, we can celebrate proper.
Can you grab me a water when you're back there?
Byron, you better get up and leave. Because I don't think Mr. McMahon realizes you still work here.
Oh, he makes me nervous.
And his opponent from Greenwich, Connecticut, weighing in at 257 pounds, Mr. McMahon.
You know, Corey, when sometimes we show up at hotels in different towns at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, Mr. McMahon's there with his trainer heading to the gym.
The physical embodiment of success. The man's got grapefruits the size of small planets and has to feel like $1 billion stepping into the ring amidst his own creation.
The issues between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Mr. McMahon have been mounting. But when Austin defeated Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14, Mr. McMahon's WWE was turned upside down.
And to me, one of the times Austin brought Mr. McMahon down that stands above the rest is when Stone Cold drove a beer truck into Raw and hosed down Mr. McMahon in a beer bath.
And there are few things more unforgiving than the cold steel of a cage match.
Talking about the beer bath on Raw, Byron, I called the action that night, and it was evident that was not the type of attack Mr. McMahon thought would come from Stone Cold. And the WWE Universe came unglued as the ring was doused with Austin's beverage of choice.
The Austin-McMahon rivalry propelled WWE to unimaginable heights, gentlemen. And seeing Austin's behavior toward Mr. McMahon at Raw 25 proved that time doesn't heal all wounds.
Oh, what a clothesline.
Forcefully delivered.
Man, that hurts. There's a pin now. He's a long way from a 3 count, I can tell you that.
Not quite grabbing the brass ring on that pin attempt.
Now the old vicious head crank.
Look at the torque.
Oh my goodness, this hurts. Oh!
Oh, right to the heart.
That's how you wear down your opponent.
Torture your opponent's neck. I like it.
There's a certain feeling that comes over the combatants in a steel cage match once they hear the door close and see the official lock it. A superstar must know that their body is going to be flown against the steel, that their face will most likely be raked across the cage, and that anything is legal in this environment.
Beautiful technique.
You spoke about this earlier, Corey. It's crucial for a WWE superstar to fully understand the gravity of the situation they're in when they battle inside a 15-foot-high steel cage. Mr. McMahon with the early cover. There's the kick out by Stone Cold.
Not yet. Too early.
Oh boy, he is rolling.
Austin sets it up. Now, and Austin, Luther's press. Luther's press.
Look at him go.
Oh, it's over. Stone Cold can drop.
It might be cliche, but it's true here. It ain't over till it's over. It's no secret that Mr. McMahon can be brash, confrontational, and at times even explosive. At one point, Mr. McMahon had an exclusive club where members would kiss the part of his anatomy he uses to sit down. Look at this.
Byron, you touched on something earlier. Mr. McMahon can most definitely be vain, smug, pompous, adversarial. At one point, the chairman of WWE referred to himself as a genetic
jackhammer.
Byron, you showed up on television dressed like a baby. Who are you to insult Mr. McMahon? Mr. McMahon knows what's best for the WWE locker room and the WWE Universe better than they do themselves. Sometimes...
Here comes the setup, double underhook.
Pedigree! But did he go for it too early? You gotta believe this one's over. Harsh impact.
We're seeing two outstanding athletes looking to prove their dominance in there, but only one can walk out victorious. Who will it be?
Ooh, what impact. Boom!
If there's one matchup that keeps the pen that writes the pages of history flowing from edge to edge, it's Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock. WrestleMania 19 represented the third time an Austin versus Rock battle main evented a WrestleMania. If time has taught us anything, it's that the Texas Rattlesnake despises rules. Anyone named McMahon and Brahma Bulls.
Steve Austin and The Rock were rivals from the moment they crossed paths. These men battled for the WWE Intercontinental Championship and the richest prize in our business, the WWE title. The level of animosity rose between them even more when it was time to enter battle at WrestleMania.
Just think of what it means to headline at WrestleMania. Then talk about doing it again with the same opponent. Now think of doing it for a third time with that opponent. WrestleMania 19 was the place where, once again, Austin and The Rock made history.
I'll tell you what, this is one they'll be talking about tomorrow at work or school, that's for sure.
A man like that seems to have an endless store of energy.
This might be it! Oh, my!
Oh, nasty impact.
And Steve Austin, too quick that time.
Nailed it.
I don't know how these superstars are doing it right now. They've got to be exhausted.
How are these superstars even still going, guys? I mean, they have to be on fumes right now. This will go down as one of his hardest fought battles in WWE. I can't believe what we just witnessed. Steel cage matches never fail to surprise and amaze.
This was another great moment. He ain't playing here. He's getting it done here. Every single minute of this one was memorable.
Here is your winner, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Big win despite absorbing a huge amount of punishment there.
That's the kind of win that makes you feel good about yourself.
And that's yet another great match the city of Baltimore has hosted over the years.